on a new intro. Something like, I don't know, maybe some tunes. It's hard because you get the copyright. I thought I was going to be a bit late this morning, but it worked out pretty good. So yesterday's trade, after taking the majority of the profit, we got stopped at break even. Didn't actually drive down, which is quite interesting. So it didn't actually drive down. I believe we were in, our entry was here, wasn't it? It sounds like we're making it up, but our entry was like there. It literally was that, wasn't it? And then our target was right down. I can't remember where it was at, but yeah, we got stopped out at break even on this candle. I mean, we took 90+% of the profit from it anyway, so that's not an issue. So yeah, it was a lovely trade, really nice trade. What did I take from it? I believe we took about 549, was it? 549. So not too bad, not too bad. Okay guys, let's go straight into a top-down analysis, and then we'll see what we can catch today. Let's see what we can catch today. So it's nice that we've came back up to break the highs, because it's now you should have liquidity to drive down. Okay, so same thing on the monthly. The monthly for me is, I can't really see us closing above 24.32 without coming back down to this level for a bottom wick. Okay, now yes, we've broke the highs now, so we do have liquidity for this monthly to now flip. If it's going to flip, it might not do, it could still close bullish and then the next one comes down, but I can't see us closing above them levels without coming down to tap that, right? Okay, so therefore we know price is, well we feel that price has got to come down. Good morning John. Good morning Medi. How are you doing, mate? I got a trade set up already, haven't placed it, I've waited, but we'll see if it plays out. Well done, mate. Okay, we can go over in a second. So the weekly then, now the weekly's broke out. The weekly done exactly what we said it was going to do. It needed to come back up for a top wick for this before driving down. Then the weekly's broke out and we haven't tapped previous support at 23996. So what does that mean? Well, we've already done a top wick on the weekly. So is the weekly going to come and tap 2396? Now, I don't know whether it can drive without tapping it, but what I can see happening here is we get a fake out back into the area like so. And if we get a fake out back into the area, next week should be fairly straightforward. It'll be a case of a top wick and then flip to come and fill the range. Because at this point, because you've broke out and broke the highs, you've now got liquidity to drive past these levels. So we should see something like that next week. But currently, we are bullish on the weekly at the moment, right? We are bullish. So that's the weekly. The daily, a similar situation really. So the daily 2394, this daily broke out, so I would have imagined that this daily would have came and tapped previous support and then flipped it upside. It didn't do that, so it gives it more reasons that we need to come back down. Now that we've had a daily bearish close, we're now in that range on the daily. Therefore, where should we be going? Well, we should be coming down to fill the range. We've had a top wick as well, and now we've flipped to the downside. So can we come and fill this range at 2395? I'm going to change this to purple. Then, so we are looking at sells really. I'm looking at sells now. We've had a top wick on the daily. The daily doesn't need to go any higher than what it's done. Yesterday this came and broke a high. So we now have some liquidity to get past these levels. We were really struggling to break these levels, right? So can this 4 flip to the downside and drive through this range? That's the question. We can't look at previous data because there is none. So we can't really go off previous data. We've just got to go off the lower time frames and see what we can get from there. So the 4 hour for me still hasn't broke below. So the 4 hour is actually closed respecting, right? So it's not ideal. I would have preferred a break of the low on the 4. But it doesn't mean that this is not going to just drive through with the next 4, because that's sometimes what happens. Because we've came back up, we've created a top wick, and then we've had a pullback. Can this 4 flip to the downside? There should be enough liquidity there to flip. So it's a case of how can we get in. The 3 is bearish. The 2 is bullish. Close respecting a minor range. The 1. What's the 1 done? We've got no top wick. The 1 again is closed. Respecting a minor range. Like so. We did reject. The 30. Again, the 30 is closed respecting a minor. The 15. If we can get a 15-minute close and we get a top wick, create a top wick for this, we can potentially get sell stops on to come down to fill the rest of the range at 2, 4, 1, 4. There's a 5. What's the 5 done? What is the 5? So what should the 1 be doing? We've got a doji candle on the 1. I would prefer just a bearish 1. So this daily basically looks like it's done a top wick. It's a case of this daily, I can see it breaking the lows of this. Why would you flip back down? You don't need a steeper top wick. You should be coming down to break the lows. But how can we get in? The 4 hasn't broke out, but it's done a top wick. The 3, what's the 3 done? There's no range in the 3, so the 3 is technically free falling, but it's tapped. It's levels. So are you going to reject from here, or are you going to drive down? The 2 is bullish, but has closed respecting. Can we maybe get a pullback to 2, 4? Good morning, Ella. Can this 2 flip to the upside, pull back for us? Come and tap this level and then make its way down. That's the question. Or we can just take an hour close below 24.12. That's probably what I would want to see. You have got a minor support here on the 1, right? But if you look at this 1, right, so you close respecting here, you close respecting here, but then look what happens. 1 candle pops out. We haven't had that pop out yet. So could we pop higher up to grab that to come back down? Or you also got it here, so you close respecting here and then you popped out to come back down. So that's probably what I'm after. Is I'm either after a wingback sell from 24.22, yeah, 24.22, or we can take a 1 hour close below a breakout below 24.12.67. So if we get something, I don't know whether this hour is going to do it, might be the next one. So if we get something like that, we can then top wick, sell stops underneath to come down. I would prefer the 4 though. But no top wick. I want a top wick on these. Reject, and then straight back down. I mean, we could come through now, really. It could come through now. What our advantage point? I would much prefer this. It might not happen because you could argue that it's already done it and this was it. No, because we've been up below, have we? When was the last time we were down here? So last time we were down here, we're looking at this, and we're looking at this. What happened to price when we come down and we didn't break the low? We actually broke out here and we still came back. So does that mean this came up, tapped this area, and then pulled all the way down? So that would have played out, and then it drove. So that means this one would work. This one exactly the same, apart from, again, you pull back, you tap this level, and then it drove. So are we going to get the same here? Are we going to... Do we need to tap this first though? Or is one candle going to come up, tap, come down, tap, and then drive back up? Like these. Same again here. This is on an uptrend though, but still, if you see you sort of respect around these levels, you still hit these levels. So 100% of the time, when you tap 2422, you then reject and pull back down to at least 2417. This is basically exactly the same entry as yesterday. Exactly the same. Let's put the Meraki on. It is, yeah. So our entry yesterday was literally that. That was our entry yesterday, believe it or not. And if you're new to the stream, watch it back and you'll see that that was our entry yesterday. No drawdown, straight down. So are we going to get the same now? Or, because we thought, because we had a breakout, we thought we were going to drive. Well, we knew we were going to get the pullback, but then we thought we were going to drive. Now that we've had the pullback and we've broke a high, is this now the liquidity grab to not reject from here, but actually drive straight through? So that's why we can either take sells below here, but we would need a pullback in case we get faked out again, because we could get faked out again. So if we got an hour close below, we'd wait for a pullback and then we'll get sell stops underneath. Alright, that rule out this fake out. Because the difference in this one is we've picked up liquidity, now more liquidity. I know this picked up liquidity here, but obviously that wasn't enough to break through it either. So we've had to do it again. And we've done it again. So yeah, it's exactly the same as yesterday, guys. So that's probably what I'm after, really. You haven't even broke any lows, so I can't really see this driving straight through. Yeah. So I'm looking at a wing back sell from 2422. Where did we have stops yesterday? That's the question. Am I? Yeah, I'm still on Anna. Turn this up. And then we're looking at 2422.13. Stops for me would be ideally off the daily, because if you break that daily, you're going to be breaking this daily. So for me, stops are pretty nice. 50 pips, really good. Oh, wait there, because that's that daily, isn't it? So really it needs stops above the previous daily. Yeah, stops have to be above there, because if we break that, we're not interested. We're not interested. 2434.16. TP1 would be 2417.65. TP2. Let's make sure this is right. Can we pop up? Everything's closed respect now at the minute. Yeah, that's right. Now that's going off. I'm just thinking, could we buy up? Because the 1 hour, I don't know if that's closed bearish or bullish. Could we have bought up? See, the 3's bearish and the 4's bearish, but you've closed respecting. So how big is this 4 going to be? That's the question. You come back down, you've got a triple bottom. This is exactly the same trade as yesterday. Same, apart from this time, you have had a bearish daily close. It's whether this daily needs to create a steeper top wick. It shouldn't do really, because it only needs to come and tap the body of the daily to then drive further down. So is this 4 going to flip to the downside? That's the question. It's just, I don't know whether they're going to flip back down. I will be aggressive with these stops again though, guys. I will be aggressive with these stops. We probably could have took this here, this flip of this candle, because this was at the point of no return. If it is going to push further down, what if we take the 15 up? Got no bottom wick. Still close respecting with no bottom wick. Hey, let's see what happens. Oh, where's me sells below gone? That's what I've got going on at the minute, guys. That's what we got going on. Correct, it was a buy, it's now off up. Yes, we could have. Yeah, I mean, we could have took a buy, only because, was it the hour I was looking at? Because very risky, because the hour's still closed respecting. There's 2 candles still respecting this minor support, right? So that's why I am a bit cautious. But was it the 30? If you look at the 30 like that, that shows you that you're still respecting on this. So you haven't actually broke above 2417 yet to buy up. But the only reason you could look at a buy is because the 4's closed respecting. The 4 hasn't broke out technically yet. So that's closed respecting. So you're probably saying that you need to come and test the highs. Probably you can come and test this wick, but you shouldn't be breaking this wick if you're going to flip. But the reason it hasn't broke out because this wasn't enough liquidity. So you're going to have to pull back to probably the body at least 2420. But currently the daily's bearish, the 4's bearish, everything's bearish really. And he's still respecting this minor support at 2417. So yeah, buys are a lot more riskier at the moment until I get a 1 hour close above this level, and then a 4 hour close above this level. So I probably wouldn't be. Yeah, we've got to see what's the next candle to close. The 30 is the next one to close. Be interesting to see how this 30 closes. You broke a high now. Ooh. Excuse me, it was early this morning. Yeah, because we broke a high, so does that mean we're going to be coming back down? How is this 15 going to close, which is also the 30? We need to have a wick fill on this, on the 2, I think, on the 3. We've had a wick fill, but are we going to push past? We're getting some movement though, which is nice. I'm just thinking, could we take a... Yeah, well that's what happens, isn't it? So it's whether this time we bounce off this wing back again. So we bounced off it here. Okay. You bounced off these as well to come back down. So every time we do come to, we do bounce off it. It's a case of and this is what we thought we were catching yesterday is, can we bounce off it, and that initiates the break of this. If we can break this, we're in clean traffic down. Yes, we might get something like that and then down, but we're in clean traffic all the way down to 2392. There's no other data from what I can see. Oh, there's some minor data. You clean traffic down to at least 2400. Let's move this up. I mean, you do still drive straight through it, but we'll just mark up anyway, just in case. Yeah, you're straight through. So it's a case of, was this enough now to get through this, or are we really struggling to break this, and we really need to come and break all these highs? That is the question. That is the question. 2 minutes delay? Surely not. There's a 2 minute delay. Let me have a look. Let me have a look, John. Ooh, 5. There's a 5. 32nd I've got here. But I'm in the same house, so I'm not sure if that's the reason. I'm going to have to play about these settings again. Good morning, Sharif. Guys, just have a look, see what the delay is. And the way you do it, just look at a 5-minute candle. As soon as that 5-minute closes, start counting until your 5-minute candle closes. Let me know, drop it in the chat how long your delay is, because I might have to change a few settings if that's the case. I'm just waiting to get full fibre. That's all I'm waiting on. Well, come back down. Does look like we're coming down to I counted 30 seconds, which is not ideal. But not 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a long time. I think YouTube is playing up because it says there's no viewers at the minute. But obviously you're watching because you're on the chat. 10 seconds, Sharif. Yeah, it must be you, John. Must be you, mate. But yeah, I mean, YouTube is playing up though. Is the like button still there? I don't even know how many's on because it says on my thing 0. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. As long as you can see it and you can take the trade, it's not an issue. Okay, we're pushing down now. Where are we going to push to? Where are we going to push to? Are we going to get a break on? Or is this just a case? See, what we might get, guys, is we close respect in here, right? Then we came back up to test this level. And then, so we came back up to test this level. And then we broke out. So are we going to break out here? And this is what I'm saying, we've got to wait for that top wick, because we don't want to get dragged up on the fake out. But then you came all the way up to tap our wing back sell, tap our wing back sell, and then we come down, then we come down. So are we going to get the same as yesterday, or are we going to drive straight through from here? We can drive straight through from here because we've came back for more liquidity. So I would imagine we are going to drive straight through from here. However, we can't just go off what we're thinking. We've got to see price, do it. So we need an hour close below, and then we need a top wick, and then we can get sell stops on. Okay. I don't know what's going on. You're on 310, I'm on. Make sure your YouTube, you've pulled it all the way to the end, because sometimes it'll drop. Make sure your YouTube's right on the end. Do you know the your playback thing? You might have just knocked it a tad. I can't take buys. I can't take wingback buys because we are technically bearish and we could drive through. Yeah, maybe do that, mate. Does look like we're gonna come and tap 2410. I would prefer the 4-hour close breakout. That's what I would prefer. But we didn't do it here. I mean, I can't even get sell stops underneath because you technically haven't broke below. And there's not much wick on this 4 either. Yeah, try that, mate. Okay, so 30's got no bottom wick and still close respecting. So the way we're printing is we are still respecting this area at the moment till we break out. So can we get that pop back up? If price does show me, we could potentially get the buy up, but I'd need to see on a lower time frame. Price like faking out. So I'd need a break. I'd need something like this, where price breaks the lows, close respecting here, but breaks the lows and closes back in. We could probably look to take a buy around here, around these levels. But I've got to break out at the bottom and then a fake out, and then we can maybe buy up. Okay. Refresh and help, laugh out, or maybe 10 seconds. Yeah, it's there's always a delay with YouTube. It's nothing you can really do. You're normally going to get about 10 seconds, which doesn't massively change things. Yeah, your phones are normally spot on. Your phones are normally bang on it. I have different time. My mobile phone and my computer is actually about 2 min. 2 min. 10, 20. Yeah, refresh your desktop. But when I compare my PC, 2 min. There should be 2 min difference. It's too much that you're gonna have to refresh. Yeah, refresh. Do what Crazy Beast has done, Nelly. About 10-11 seconds is about right. My back office is fucked. It's not showing any viewers on. I don't know how many's on. I can't see any likes or nothing like that. So I don't know what's going on. But as long as you guys can see, I'm not too fussed about that. Okay, look at this 5 now. Straight back up. But you haven't broke out yet, and I would need a breakout. If I got something like this, so if we got that, and then we got that, then we could potentially take buys back up. But at the moment, we've just got to wait, guys. You happy you waited now? Yeah. I'll thank the like button's back. But it is hidden. People need to close chat conversation and then press like button. Yeah, that'd do me a favour, that, and then a good shout. But I don't even know how many's on. I mean, we don't get many on at the minute anyway, but so what happened in the past is we actually get a bearish close on the hour, and then you get one big aggressive pushing hour candle up. So are we going to get that in the next hour? That's the question. But let's see if this trade is exactly the same as yesterday. If we do get this wing back sell, it would be exactly the same as yesterday. We've hardly done anything. But I am trying to see if we can get a buy up, because we might as well. We might as well. If this 30 can close like this, bullish, we could probably just buy straight up, because I would have preferred breaking the lows. That would give you liquidity to drive up. Maybe not. I'd probably need a breakout and then a pullback and then a buy stop. Yeah, because we haven't even broke any lows here with this. See what this 15 does. If this 15 can flip, break the lows, bruise first. What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright, let's get the tunes on while we wait. Let's get the right tunes on. Yeah, I was on a networking meeting this morning, you see. So it's probably going to happen every Wednesday, but it's good that I finished this time because, you know, I played out perfectly. Done for 10 to 8 I was done for. Idea. And these, I'm going to take this off so you don't get confused, because we're not selling below here yet, right? 24, 1, 2, we're not selling below there yet. We need to see, I'd need either the 1 hour, I'd need a 1 hour breakout like this, and then I would need a decent top wick, and then we could get sell stops underneath to come down. Okay, that's the only way I'll be selling. A bit like yesterday, because yesterday we had this breakout, didn't we? And we actually had sell stops under here. I don't know if you can remember. We did actually have sell stops, but it didn't get activated because it didn't come back. That's what I'm saying. You only put your sell stops and your buy stops up with a point of no return, where as this candle's pulling back, where's the point of no return? Where's how far it reaches, and then if it is going to close bullish, it's not going to come back down, activate it to then flip. Right? You need to work out that if it does come down to activate here, there's no flipping back up, because you've had such a decent pullback that the only one way to go is down. Okay, I know sometimes you like to put your sell stop there, but it all depends on whether you need that pullback or not. So are we going to get something like this, back down like this, and then are we going to get a bottom wick and then flip, big bullish candle up, back down, we get activated, and then we get our wick to there? Are we going to get that? Are we going to get this again? I'm not sure. We might drive straight past it this time, that's the thing. But I don't think we can drive straight past this if we don't break this. So if we just break out here and don't break this low, I can't see us just driving straight through. I think if you do even want to carry on up that way, you've got to go something like this. Right, you'll always get a chance to get out. But we'll see. We've got 19 minutes left of the hour. The 15 is the next one to close. The 30 did close. How did that 30 close? Oh yeah, bearish. No bottom wick. So you're thinking this is going to close bullish. where's my Spotify? There we are. There we are. I mean, it'd be nice if this can pop up. You've had no break of the lows here. Just think whether we could get the cam and broke out. The last 15, whether this last 15, it's whether the next 15 is going to go something like that. So the 15's closed in 1 minute 26. What is this hour going to do? So this hour closed bearish, and then the new hour opened up and pushed up first, tapped, and then flipped to the downside. Again, we had it here, bearish close. This obviously already tapped at last point. I can't take any buys up yet, guys. We've had no breakouts to the upside yet, not one. 15's the next one to close. Now the difference is this, you had a 15 close here, and then the next 15 came up, but the difference is you broke some lows here. We haven't even broke any lows whatsoever. So you might just reject straight away and come straight back down, so you might as well just wait. So let's see what this 15 does. I will be entering again on this, and we will be going risk free off the 5 as well. Just because this area is really strong if we're coming back up. So I'm just thinking, is this time going to be the one what powers through? We don't know. So there's the 15 close. We didn't break out on the 15. What's this 15 going to do? Are you going to come back down now? Is this 15 gonna flip and drive? This 1 hour is probably gonna be, we're probably gonna close like this on the 1. So we might close doji on this 15, and then the new one will be the one more pushes 13 minutes, so we're gonna have to wait for the one to close. I don't know whether this is gonna push on this one. I probably can't really see it, because then why didn't this one? I know we broke the low now, so yeah, it could flip. I'll be back in a second. We're just waiting on this 1 hour anyway. I can't see this going anywhere. I'll keep on the 15th for yourself. What would these stops be? Guys, I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. See the kids. Oh no, they've gone to school. Cancel that. But I'll make a cup of tea and I will be back in a bit. look, I think this 15's going to close doji, and that'll be the 1 hour closing bearish. Oh, as soon as I said that, I had a little pump. Yeah, we're just chilling, guys. Not what we can do at the minute. We're just chilling. Pretty tired. I'm just thinking, why are we not driving down? It just worries me a bit that we're not breaking these lows again. Oh, we're pushing, guys. Oh, what would that look like on the hour then? Five minutes left of this hour. How is this hour going to close? And why are we doing this? Why are we respecting this area again? It does worry me a bit because if we're talking logically, right? Why are we not driving through this? You've came down, you tapped it, you rejected. And then you've done it again, you rejected again and come back up. Why are we doing it again after we've had another pullback? And then even another pullback? Why are we still rejecting? I'm just worried it could drive straight through. Now the daily's bearish, so technically the daily should carry on unless we're getting something like this. We haven't broke the lows yet, but we haven't came to test the wick either. So I would think even if you're going to flip to the upside, you'd probably come and test this wick properly. We'll be aggressive with stops anyway, because you clean traffic on the 30. Sorry, on the 3 hour. There's nothing there, at least down to 2413. The 2's closed bullish, but there is a minor support there. But it has closed bullish. So could this 2... The difference from yesterday with the 2 is we were bearish on the 2, and then the new 2 had a big pushing candle up, but this 2's closed here. So I'm just a bit cautious that this time we might drive. But you haven't broke any lows. So can you drive through the range, or do you have to come on? Now this at least this 15's closing bullish. And there's still another hour left of this too. very interesting what this hour's going to do here. So there's the one, it's flipped bullish. I would really like this hour to come up and tap it. We sort of want this to close bearish really this hour. We need this hour to stay bearish ideally. So we're still respecting this level. That's it. That's what we want. Bearish hour close. Come on. No. Got 1 minute 20 guys left. We sort of need a bearish close on this. Otherwise the hour's breaking above. I mean, we technically can still take this, but you've got to understand that. Look at this hour, closed up here, but where did it come from? It came from all the way down here. So that means with us closing here, it means the reach of the new hour could go beyond. It could actually come to there, the reach. If you look at this one. So, and that's when we closed here. Closed here, new hour, the reach came all the way up. The times we've closed here in the past, only this one, it was a bearish close, so I can't really go off anything, as in I don't know how far this hour is going to go, but if we do take this wing back, it means we need to be more aggressive. Now literally off a 5 minute, if we do come back up that way, and this hour is probably going to tell us if you get a close like this. Now what does that mean? Well, he's still respecting this area. Technically he should be coming back down. I really want a bearish 1 hour close, I don't want a bullish. We closed bullish, 15th broke out. What does that mean? 30. And we could potentially buy up. If we can get a bottom wick and I break the lows, we can get buy stops on. Okay. We haven't broke out. We just haven't broke out at the bottom though. I don't know why it would drive. If we break these lows, if I can break this low on this 15, I'll get a buy stop on. But the buy stop will probably be above the wick. 17, 37. You technically had a break on the 15. I don't know whether you're going to pull back that much though. Yeah, you could do. It's if we broke the lows, guys, I'd probably be in on this. If we had a fake out here like that, and then we done this, we could probably be in to come up. But I can't take this yet. The 30. I mean, look at that cow there. That's a disgusting cow. This could easily just drive up now. Just thinking, do we need to come up to come down now? I don't know what this hour's going to do. That's the issue we've got. That's not a... If you're going off the hour range, you're looking at that. That's the minor support, which you haven't broke out technically. The 2... What's the 2 done? Yeah, see, my buy stop would be above this 2 here. 2418. Look at that, it's fucking minging. What's it doing? We've got news today. What's going on today? What day are we on today, guys? Wednesday. FOMC. Alright, okay, yeah. Can we break the low one more time? But my buy stop's going to be above the high, guys. Off the 2, really. But the 2 hasn't technically broke out. I'm not really liking it, guys. Really, it's pretty strange what's going on. You've got an hour left of this 4, so that's good that we haven't been activated, anything like that. Because if the last part of the 4 can activate it, so within this hour, then if we get a 4-hour, even if it closes like this one, so you're probably only going to reach that. You've still got a chance to get out. You should get a pullback to break even. That would be a sign to get out. The 4 closing above. But you would need this 4 to activate this wing back, really. Or is this us really struggling to break the high because we need to drive down? I mean, that's fucking minging. This 30, look at this 30, look at that, that's disgusting. You know what this is, don't you? You do know what this is. A proper top. That's what that is. Do some shorts with it. Guys, that summed up the morning movement. It's with this 30, it's going to flip and drive to the upside, which what's a 5 doing? Could we come back to tap 2415? Yeah, it's minging, isn't it? Are you going to puke because of the strip or because of the charts, Sharif? Forex bowel movement, yeah. It's just disgusting, man. I don't know if we're going to... I currently don't know what's going to happen at the minute. We're just consolidating. It's like we need to break some lows in order to drive back up, right? But because you've done these pullbacks and you've broke some highs, you've now got liquidity to drive down, but it's not doing it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm a bit like, oh, I'm not really too sure what's going on here. We could potentially buy up, which it's looking like it's going to have to pop up first before coming down. So I am... I mean, we've had a 15-minute breakout, I suppose, but... whether it's going to drive. Why is it not driving? That's why if this 15 can break the lows, then I'll get a buy stop on. But I need it to break the lows, because if it breaks the lows, that's a sign of it pushing down. Then it's unlikely. I mean, it can still happen, but if we get a buy stop off of the 15, if it breaks the lows and then flips, you've now broke a low, grab liquidity to flip to the upside to come up. So that's probably the only way I'll get a buy stop on at the minute, unless I see something else. But But at the minute, we might just be getting this. So if you look at this, was it a 30? It wasn't a 30, was it? Yeah, got for 30. So if you look at these, you actually broke a low here. We didn't break a low here, right? But then you came back up, and then you respected these levels with 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Respecting these levels with 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then we've come back down and broke the low again. Then we've come back down. And you didn't quite break a low, but you've come back down as such. So now are we on this phase here? Are we on this? So are we going to get this? So are we going to get the pop up now on this 15? That looks a bit dirty, that, doesn't it? But why is it not doing it? Why is the 15 not doing it? Referee's t-shirt pattern. Yeah. What, in baseball then? Referee in baseball. We just gotta wait at the minute, guys. Have we broke that low yet? Not yet. Now, can I take a buy, really? Can I take a buy? Think about it. The hour technically hasn't broke out still, but it has closed bullish. The 2 hasn't broke out. The 3's bearish, and the 4's bearish. I don't think I can take that buy, guy, even if it does pull back. I don't think I can do it. I'm just going to sit out of this one. It's not for me, this. Yeah, I'm not into that. It might, this could flip and drive up. But I've only got sells below 2412 and win back sell from 2422. Guys, I'll be back in a second. We're just waiting. We're just waiting. Know what we can do at the minute. Get me heater on. thought it was going to come back in and it was going to be up there. Weird, what's going on with YouTube here? What are you gonna be doing here? I'm trying to think, do we need to come back down? We're really struggling to break these highs. So does that mean we're definitely going to have to break the low? If that's the case, could we not sell down? What's this here? Are you going to break that low again? Are you going to reject from here? Came up, tapped, back down to 2415. Are you going to reject from 2415? And then that's the one that makes the move back up. Potentially. Potentially. 2415 we might reject from, and that might initiate the push back up. What's the 15 done? 15's closed bearish. We haven't had a top wick. Not much of a bottom wick either. I can't do anything here, you guys, at the minute. There's nothing I can do. If I've noticed, well, so if you were in a trade, you look at dollar index correlation and some USD currency pairs. Do you also look at what silver does, or just dollar index? I don't look at dollar index, and I don't look at any. I used to look at the DXY, so the dollar index. Yeah, I used to look at that, and I just stopped. I don't look at anything else. I've just kept everything dead simple, and You see it all the time. Like top traders will say, keep it simple, but when we're going through this process, we think it has to be complicated. But it doesn't. Just keep everything simple. I got rid of everything. I don't even need any indicators. As in, yes, I know you've got all the Relentless indicators available, so if, to help with supporting resistance and levels and things like that. This is just Asian box, and the only reason I like Asian box on is because I just know where my day started. That is it. It's just a visual aid. I don't need it. I could easily turn it off. But other than that, I don't need anything at all. I just trade what the candles are showing me. Good morning, Vin. Waiting on the forward close. We are now, yeah. We are now. Price is being a bit weird. I want to see what this 4 is going to do. We haven't had a breakout of the 4 yet, so I can't really get sell stops underneath, but it'd be interesting to see what this 4 does. If this 4 can close maybe small bullish, or even bearish but break the lows, and then we get another top wick, break the highs, and then a flip for wing back sells, that would be fantastic. But yeah, we're just waiting at the minute. I mean, this has summed up our morning. Look at that. That has summed up our morning. I hope that explains it, Nelly. I know some traders do use the DXY. They still use it. I've tried it all, really. I like to think I've tried it all, but I still believe. I say I've tried it all. I haven't tried it all, I suppose. I still believe I've got loads to learn. Like, I'm not like one of these who I think I know it all. I'm still learning every day. I used to use divergence, harmonic patterns, bloody. I've tried a lot of things. A lot of things. AI softwares. We talked about AI softwares yesterday, and I put a short on my Facebook, but I didn't actually finish. What I was saying is, like, these companies who offer AI softwares and you put money in and they make money. I've done it all before. I've made money and I've lost money. The thing with these AI softwares, if you think about, if you had an AI software what was consistently profitable year on year, that's the key. Year on year, not month on month or week on week, year on year. Why would you wouldn't sell it? You'd lock it up. You'd lock it away for yourself, hide it, and link it up to all sorts. Do you know what I mean? So these AI softwares you've got to be careful of. Good morning, Lavo. How are you doing, mate? So inflation came down, but the pound went up. What's gold doing? Building a sandcastle? Yeah, mate. Well, no, this is what gold's doing. Gold is currently doing creating a new Newcastle United strip. When you see this strip, it shows that the market, it shows how our stream's gone, basically, when you see this. Sums up the morning. That's what we've got at the minute. See the badge on there. Nishka Mushka going on. We know what potentially is going to happen. We're probably going to break the lows and we're trying to come back up for a wing back sell. We're trying to work out if this is the push down or whether we need to come back to the wing back sell area before coming down. That's what we're trying to work out. Breaking a low now. So are we going to get a fake out here, or are we going to drive? We know we should have enough liquidity here and here to drive, but it's not. That's why I'm very cautious of what's going on. When you get situations like this where you're like, well, what the hell's going on here, and you've got questions, just sit out the market. Just don't do anything. Just watch it. Let it print more candles, and just watch what it's going to do. That's what we're having to do at the minute. This is the forward close, so if the forward can break this low, we get a top wick. I think I cut off there, my back. If this forward broke out to the downside and we had this top wick, we'd have sells on this now, we'd have sell stops on. But the 4 hasn't broke out technically, so I can't take it. And it might be one of them where it flies through this range without us, but there's nothing much I can do really. Is the UK in recession? Yes, mate. We've had a massive wealth switch, as in we've got no middle class anymore. The middle class is now turned either to the poor or the lower class or the higher class, basically. The stats in the UK at the minute is just ridiculous. Like, I was seeing the other day, what was I don't want to get these numbers wrong, so don't quote me on this, but it's like the top 10% or something in the UK. Oh, I can't remember. I don't even want to say, I can't remember. But I was shocked with the stats, with the money is what people earn. People are really struggling at the minute. The cost of living, wages haven't gone up. The cost of living's just absolutely killing everyone. And all the money is with like the 1%. It's just mental. There was saying about with the pandemic, people lost about 3.7 trillion, yeah, and then the top like 1% made 3.6 trillion or something like that, something stupid. It just showed the distribution of wealth back literally to the rich. And I think we really need to look at it. We need to. People say tax the rich. You can't tax the rich. That's why they're rich, because they avoid tax. They avoid tax. There needs to be another way. I mean, tax it, but there needs to be another way to get more tax from the rich, I think, and distribute it back to the people. What are we doing? So we've got a 30-minute close in a minute. I can't take sellers, guys, because we might get a fake out like last time. That's what we could get. So I can't take sells at the minute. If we get a... I'd have to wait for the hour, because the 4, you might as well wait for the 4. So if the hour breaks a low and we get a pullback, then we could potentially get sell stops on underneath. Okay. But I'm only interested in sells at the minute because of the daily. Our prop firm's up now, guys. If you didn't know, Sunday we launched our prop firm, a place you can actually go and feel confident that if you do make a profit, you're actually going to get paid out, and you're not going to get some stupid excuse that you're not going to get paid out, like a lot of the props which I've personally had experience with. So the 30's breaking the lows now. I'm really intrigued. Why has this happened? Why has this happened? Why didn't he just carry on? Why did it do this? Because it hasn't even really had a pump up to grab liquidity, really. So it sort of built liquidity, but then hasn't came to collect it. So does that mean we're going to fake out to the downside to then come back to the side? Look at that 30, no bottom wick. The 30's got no bottom wick, guys, and your close respecting. So if this 30 pops down, creates a bottom wick, is it going to close bullish? If it's going to close bullish, where's it going to close? If it closes below 2413, that'll be the 1 hour breaking out. If it closes back into the range, that's then the 1 hour still respecting that range. And that would be very weird. So let's see. Got no bottom wick on either of them. Love from America to the people of UK. Cheers, mate. I've never been to Australia. I've never been to Australia. I'd like to. I'm just, the thing with me though, I mean, you've got things over there, man, what just can be hid in your shoe and kill you. You know, we get a house spider in the bath and we're petrified in the UK. Do you know what I mean? You get a spider in your bath. Like, kill the dog, eat the dog, some other stuff. That's the only thing what puts me off. But yeah, I would like to go. What part of Australia? I know it's so vast. People underestimate the size of it, don't they? It's huge. No, you've got no bottom wick on this 30 still here. Normally, we could be looking at taking a sell because you're probably going to have to come back down, but I would prefer a higher time frame breakout first. We haven't had a higher time frame breakout. Sydney. Yeah, I've never been like. UK at the minute, they need a change in power because it's been deprived of oxygen at the minute. UK. The politicians we have in at the minute are so corrupt. It's greed, man. Human beings' downfall. It's one word: greed. Somewhere along the line, with every problem the world has ever had, somewhere along that line, greed is took apart. Whether it's greed for money, more land, I don't know, more stature, whatever, I don't know. Greed is the biggest downfall of a human being. I mean, we've had some nice trades this week, to be fair. So if you're watching on YouTube, guys, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Just to let you know, we trade most weekdays from 8 AM UK time. We've got a very high win rate. We're on 65 trades, wins, 6 break evens, 5 losses. We've only ever had 1 full loss. All the others have been partial. And this is what we've took so far in stream. We only started streaming in November. It's a new channel. So we're doing pretty good. We've got a MyFX book with it as well, which I'm trying to sort the bloody password for, but I can show you that. But this is what we're looking for, numbers. This is based off a 200k account, funded account, right? So it's based off your prop firms. It's worked around the prop firms. So it's risking 2% per trade, okay? So we can take 2 trades basically in a day, and you still don't violate the daily drawdown rule. And if you took every trade with us on stream, these are the numbers you'd be up with by. And every trade in this logbook is 1 on my FX book, 2 on our MT4 obviously, and also has a link to the YouTube from when the stream when it was taken. So you can request any one of these if you wanted to. And I could show you. But we've had some nice profit in May so far. We're up just shy of 6 grand. And it shows you don't actually need many trades. You don't need many trades at all to make some decent profit. What's this 30 doing? Look at this 30. So you've had a breakout to the downside now on the 30. So is this 30 going to flip, or is this going to be a fake out back into the area to come back up? Because why didn't these carry on? Well, these didn't carry on because none of this broke out. So is this the breakout liquidity to now push and break the highs? Now I am keen. I say I'm keen. I am interested to buy back up. But I've got to see this 4 close respecting again. I would need this 3 to close respecting as well, ideally. The 2. We definitely need the 1 to close respecting. Oh no, we need a fake out on the 1, don't we? So I probably wouldn't buy up unless I got the fake out. And then lower time frame. Where are we at, Captain? Well, we have finally got that break to the low, like we said. And remember I said I would take this if we had that break to the low. Well, now we've got that break to the low. So if we do come back up now, we can potentially buy above this level to come up to our wing back. And then we could potentially sell back down. Because now we've got the liquidity to get from here to here. Look at that 30 now, look at that. Now, you could potentially get a sell stop on off the 30, because you technically had a break on the 30. Well, actually, no, you haven't. You haven't broke below these levels now. Oh, my back's hurting today. So glad Marcus Rashford's not going to the Euros, or. But I don't know why Maguire's still there in the England squad. I don't get it. I'm just thinking if this, the 15's next to close, if we get a 15 close back into the range, could we not buy up? I'd have to see what the next 15 done. If this 15 closes like this and the new 15 comes down, that would be the last 15 for the 1 hour, and create a bottom wick for this, we could get buy stops on the other side. Because if this does flip, no, because it's probably not going to flip, is it? Probably just going to close respecting again. Nah, we're just going to have to wait here, guys. Nothing I can do. But it's nice that we've waited. Discipline's come in because we said we need a break to that low before it can drive up. We've got that break to the low now. It looks like we're faking out. Can we now come up to our wing back area? So tired, I was up at that time. Quarter to 6, 5:30ish. big push on the 15, that though, isn't it? What did we say about the 3? I said, didn't we? We need the 3 to close respect and minging this, guys. Minging. You go. No.
Have you some money?
Oh. How much? 50?
What do you want?
Or what do you want?
Just 15 and I like 5 and 5 out.
I don't know. I'll see in a bit then, yeah. Yeah, we're probably looking at the 4. We're pushing 15 minutes. guys, just doing a voice note. Really come back across the range. Loads of people will be selling. As soon as that 30 close like that, loads of people will be selling. So what happens if this 4 closes bullish? Now the only issue I've got now with this 4, what I don't like, is the reach of the next 4. The reach of the next 4. So if we look at this 4 came from this level and tapped. Okay. Now we're coming from this level now with this 4, so I ideally wanted this 4 to tap it. But at no point did we get a 4 close here, apart from this one. But look where that next 4, the reach of this next 4 was all the way up to 243. So does that mean the new 4 can actually push past our wing back sell area? It's very strange what's going on at the minute though. I think if we can get a forward bullish close, we can potentially look for wing back buys from 2412. That's potentially what we could look or buy up. Because at that point, the 4's bullish. I mean, the 3's still bearish. I'm probably going to get a wick fill on the 3. This 2 is bearish. It's all on this 4. See what's going. There's a lot of contradictions here, guys. And when you have a lot of contradictions, just stay out. Stay out of the market. Just wait. You just gotta wait. I mean, we're 10 to 10 now. If we've got to see how the new 4 is going to push first, really. But at the minute, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. How is this 4 gonna close? Because what we could do is if this 4 closes bullish, it technically should be coming back up. So if we can get a bottom wick, tapping 2413 and then a flip to come up, could we take that? I just don't like, there's too many contradictions at the minute. That's fucking disgusting, man. It's proper disgusting, that. It's like it's a coil, isn't it? It's like a spring. Ready to bounce or bounce. God, I'm just going to nip the toilet. Four minutes for a closure. What are you doing? Where are you going? Is the daily gonna flip bullish? I'll tell you what though, next week, if this weekly does fake out and close back below 2392, next week should be fairly straightforward. Because at that point, you're coming back below, there's only one reason you've done that. It's then to then break these lows. So we just need to close back below 2392 on the weekly. Whew. 2 minutes for a close. This really doesn't help us, this, guys. It really doesn't help us. Look at that, man. What the fuck are you doing? So you did get a bullish 1 hour close prior, and then you had a small bearish close. FOMC meeting minutes today, tonight that. Not really liking this, guys. I mean, we've closed bearish on the 1 still. So is the new one gonna... I don't like the 4. The 4 could drive further up, so it's gonna be a riskier trade, really, taking the wing back. I mean, we're still respecting this support here at 2417. It looks like. So if we do pop up, we sort of want to pop up first to then come back down, because the 4 would need a bottom wick. So the 4 would need a bottom wick, but I don't like the look of the 4, because the 4 closing like this means the new 4 could drive up to 2430 levels. So we sort of need this hour to pop up first now, before coming down. So the 4's bullish and the 1's bearish. You're probably going to get a wick fill. Could we take an aggressive win back buy from 2412 now that the 4's bullish? Let me mark this up, see what this is. This is what we need. We need to push up, break all the highs. And what is this? Why did that happen? We could potentially take a wing back buy now that the 4's bullish. But again, we'd be going off a 5 and if for stops, like, I've been moving stops fairly quickly. We're looking at these really. But still, it's not the perfect one, because the 4's bullish, but the 1's still bearish. I'll give it to 1/2 guys. We'll see what by 1/2. See if this 4's going to start pushing. And then we'll go from there. See if we're going to call it or not. Now what's happened is, in the past, is the 1 hour does close bearish here, and then the new hour opens up and pushes up first, taps, and then rejects. But I'm not sure it's going to do that because the 4's so bullish. I'm just worried that the 4's going to now reach further and drive straight past it. Very weird morning. Very weird. I mean, look at that. That's absolutely minging. You got a fake out to the downside now, so you would think you're going to drive up. And that would make sense with the hour. And the 4 not having a bottom wick, so it would help our cause. Well, what are you going to do? I can't really take a buy as such, because I would need a bottom wick on the 4 to then flip to the upside. I mean, if this 4 does come and tap 2413, we could potentially get a buy stop on the other side to come up. But the 3 looks nice to come down. There's just too many contradictions at the minute, guys. The 2's close respecting, should give a wick fill. The 1. But this, when you get to the 30, this is like... I know you can mess about here, but... that bad. It's mad because I don't even know when he's on. I don't even know when he's watching this. There might be no one. And I'm sat here just waiting. YouTube's not showing me. I don't get... None of the stats are on there. It's not showing anything. What is this? 15. Does this 4 need to break the highs even to drive down? I would think you've got to break these highs. That's what I'm saying. You can't drive here because this didn't break any highs. So why didn't this one do it? So you know you're going to have to break these highs. You're watching Nella, thanks. Oh god. I meant to go to a festival on Sunday. I've never been to a festival. I couldn't think of anything worse. Well, I say it's a festival. I'm just going because it's my mate's birthday. That's it. But when he said he was going there, I was like, oh. You never know, I might come back. I might be a proper fess head. Need some more chilled out music. Yeah, we're not doing out. Boring trading, isn't it, guys? That's what I'm saying. You've got to have something else to do as well. Like, I don't know, whether you got the work to do or what. How much? Maybe at the end of the day, this will not be 24172412. Yeah, what a 24172417 scarf. You're right. It might be a scarf. You're right. We will soon see. Now this could be, we don't know if this is going to be the 3 fill in the wick, the 2 fill in the wick, or the 4 bottom wick to flip to the upside. That's the contradiction we've got at the minute. Is this the 4 bottom wick to flip to the upside, or are the lower time frames telling us that we're coming down to break the lows? I can't really do anything unless we break below 24112, or we can still take this wing back sell as long as the hours stay below these levels. So we can still take this wing back sell. But if this 4 comes down to and taps 2412, it's a bit more risky, because now you've done your bottom wick, and if you do flip, there's no reason to come back down. You could easily carry on driving. That's the only issue I've got. But I don't know what's going on in here, because we might still need this. We might still need this breakout, and then you're going to have to wait another hour for this to break out, and then you'll have to wait for another hour to come back in, and then another hour to come up, and you just, that's why I'll give it till maybe 10:30, and then for the 15 minutes maybe. I sort of wanted this 15 to break out or push up, and it's just not. But we've had some nice profit this. What day are we on? How many trades did we take? We took a trade yesterday and the day before. Okay. Yeah, so we've had some alright profit this week. We're over $1,000 up this week alone. But this is the hardest thing about trading. Not trading when there's nothing there. Not trading, that's the hardest thing. It's so hard not to just go sell now quick, because we know we're going to come down and hit 2413. Because you are just consolidating up and down. The stuff like that will catch it out. Good morning, Krish. How are you doing, bro? We're just messing about, mate, at the minute. There's not much going on. I mean, if I show you the 30-minute, look at the 30-minute, that's all it's done. Disgusting. But this is why I was thinking that wing back buy from here, because the 4, if this is the bottom wick for the 4 to tap and then flip, if it's gonna flip, but I might not. This, we could get a breakout on this 4. We could get that. And then I would need a top wick, rule out a fake out, and then a flip to the downside. But you wait another 4 hours. Wait another 4 hours for that. So there's just no point. It's probably this 15 is going to tell us what you're going to do. Where this 15 ends. Yeah, it's a music festival. It's not even my type of music. He's into like I don't know what it is. It's like, it's not heavy metal, but it might be light metal. It's like, they're not quite goths or emos, but they're more like, it's hard to explain. I don't even, it's not my type of music at all. I'm literally only going for it because it's his birthday and I'm nice like that. Can this 15 just randomly pop up 2422? Come on. Come on, the 15, do something. Do something. We're really messing about here, guys. Really messing about. Yeah, exactly. Anything, just move, man. It's really gearing up though to push the other side. I'm just cautious about the 4. This win back, to take this again like this, it'll be exactly the same. So yesterday, if you watch yesterday's stream, it was a lovely trade. I mean, look at the entry we had. It's exactly the same. We entered here on the close of this, and then it was straight back down. I think we had a 3 pip drawdown. But we'll literally be going 5 minutes. We'll be aggressive with stops. As soon as the 5 minute pulls away, we'll be going risk free, like we did with this one. Because it is a riskier trade, because the 4 could easily just drive straight through. And it was the same as yesterday. We could have had the same situation. We could have drove straight through. And I know previous data doesn't show that, but it doesn't mean it's not going to print new data. And I believe we had bullish candles closes as well, which the hour had closed up there, I believe. Oh, we're pushing. We're pushing. Come on. See, we've grabbed liquidity from the down now, so we broke the low, so we do have liquidity to drive up through. So you've got to pay attention here, guys, because we could potentially buy up as well, right? But it's got to look right for us. Yeah, it's proper bad here as well. It's really raining. Yesterday I was sunbathing all day. Yesterday was a great day. Grabbed some funds in the morning. I put another trade on in the afternoon while I was sunbathing. Played out lovely. Went for a nice breakfast with the missus, a little walk on the beach, sunbathed in the garden, and then I went fishing for a couple of hours. Because if this 15 closes like this, it means this 30 is flipping. Is this 30 going to drive? You're going to push to at least 2420 or 2419. Could we not just buy up to 2419? 17 pips. Doing 15's really strong. Let's have a look at this scrim. USD is getting stronger, 61.6, and gold is getting stronger, 51.9. So currently USD is stronger, right? Lower time frames. Had a 5 minute. No, you didn't. 5 minute close spectrum with no top wick. So how is this 5 gonna close? Technically should close bearish. Yeah, USD still getting really keeping it down. It's like gold's trying to drive up, but so the 30 is the next one to close. He's still bearish on the one, you see. So at any point this one can flip back to the downside. But is the reason it's not driving down because it needs to come and break the highs? So if that's the case, can we just buy up to breaking the highs? It tastes like these makes you want to flip burgers for a living. It does, like. It does. To be honest, I've waited hours and hours. I've waited like 5 hours for 10 pips. And that's just what the market is. But that 10 pips brings, you know, a lot of income. So it is worth it. But yeah, it is just bloody slow going. Trading's boring, man. That's why you need a community around you. You need to be trading with others. Otherwise you'll go crazy. Are we going to push up? Are we going to get this one big pump? One big pump up. Guys, if we close doors like this, you're still just stuck in this range, man. You'd need a break. You're gonna have to wait another 30. Well, you'd have to wait for the hour to break out at least. It's not an ideal close if that 30 closes like that. I was really hoping this 15 could break out. Because after you break the lows, you do come out, you get a 15 close and then the new 15. But the difference with this one is every time we've came up, we've had a bearish 15 and then another bearish, so we carried on back down. Whereas if we get a 15 bullish close now, is that the start of the push up? So it's a good sign for the wing back sell because we're still respecting this. So it's a case what we want is we want one pop out, grab all the liquidity to then flip. That's ideally what we want. So I might wait another 15. I caught 2 Pollock, Nella. 2 Pollock. It's great on a float as well. Nice because it's literally 3 minutes on the rocks just there. So I've got a nice little spot. Watch the sunset as well. Lovely. And then today, absolutely miserable. Wow, this looks like it's going to flip. It's flipping. So this 30 closes in 2 minutes, guys. If I mean, we haven't done anything. If this 30 closes bearish, what does that mean? Doesn't mean anything at all. I don't know. The next day could come down again, but you'd have to wait for the hour. The hour is the one really. You'd need a break either below. I'll wait till the hour. We need a break below 2412 or above 2417 on the hour. That's what we need. I can't do anything else. We'll call it a stream at 11 if we haven't got that. I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. I'll be back in 2 minutes. These tunes are not the best for us, is it? Well, I've got a parking ticket, not a parking ticket, sorry, a speeding ticket to pay. Pain in the ass. Doing a 37 in a 30 zone. Bear in mind, this road, I mean, there's not many signs on it. However, if you looked at this road, you would think it was a 40. Easy. Easy. There's no houses either side, it's just through a field. It's quite very open, you can see far in the distance. I say that, I mean, I didn't see the van. I didn't see the speed van. I was just pew in a daze, that's what it was. I got this cup for I got this cup for Father's Day. I don't know if you can see it. Happy Father's Day. Alright now. I know. I'd love to wake him up with a drop kick. Wake him up with an elbow drop. Oh, in the UK now, a speeding ticket. So I was doing 30 in a. Sorry, I was doing 37 in a 30, right? But I was just in a daze. But I thought it was a 40-year-old anyway. And I get 3 points. So you're not like, if you get 12 points, you're banned. Plus £100. Bear in mind, there's a bloody crisis going on in the UK. So the thing in the UK, the issue you've got is they've ran out of things to tax, so everything's going up. Because what they'll do is eventually they'll add tax on everything. Even like travelling into a different county, that'll happen soon. Or going into a city, that'll happen. You'll have to pay. And just so they're running out of things, so things are just going up and up and up. But £100 for parking ticket when there's a living crisis, it's like, it's just disgusting. But anyway, I shouldn't have been speeding. I should have been more aware, so it's my own daft fault, isn't it? Did you lose any points here in Australia? Points? Yeah, we lose points. Yeah, so when I had my my last business, my removal company, I actually had 12 points where I should have been banned. But luckily I went to court because it was a genuine mistake. My broker who used to deal with my insurance, I just bought a new van thinking I was insured, and my broker didn't put it on in time. So I had more points on my driving licence than I did on my Morrison's card, my points card, but I could still drive. Yeah, 12 points and a ban. Or you can do a speed awareness course, but because I've had points in the past, obviously they haven't offered me a speed awareness course where you don't get the points but you have to pay for the course. I think the course is like 60 quid or something, but they haven't offered me that. But UK roads are just awful, man. So busy now. If you think about now, every human being has a car. Teenagers, oh, let's get your driving licence. Let's get you a car. Every human being has a car. But people are starting to have 2 cars. I've got 3 vehicles. 3. Obviously between me and the missus. But if you think about it, if every human being sort of has 2 cars, the roads are just getting so rammed. Absolutely. There's not enough road for cars. To get the points. Yeah, that was. I don't know if it's 3.5 years. It might be longer hours, or I might be wrong. I might be wrong. It's the insurance what I don't like. Insurance is an absolute con. So you get insurance, you have to have insurance in the UK. Right, but then they will do anything not to pay out anything. Oh, you were I I don't know, you had a red t-shirt on that day, so unfortunately we can't pay out and you didn't make it the way. I've heard some stupid reasons why they wouldn't pay out. Well, I think you should, I don't know, it should be like optional whether you get insurance or not. I don't know, there's got to be a better way. I get it, so if you injure someone or harm someone, you've got to pay out. But the prices of insurance, they're just making a mockery of everyone. Everything in the UK at the minute is just... The UK is not a good place to live at the moment. At the moment. It's because of greed. We go back to that one word, greed. Human beings with greed. Everyone's standing on each other just to survive. So the issue you've got now is side hustles in the UK have gone boom. They've absolutely spiked. Because people are doing side hustles like to get extra income. Not because they want extra income. They're doing it literally to survive. Because in the UK at the minute, you cannot survive off one job. You can't. You've got to have 2 jobs. Or you've got to have a side income. So obviously the government's clicked onto this. So obviously they're clamping down on side hustles to tax them. Like, they're not doing it for extra money. They're doing it to fucking survive. It's disgusting the way this UK is. But I don't want to get into a rant. Yeah, no worries, John. I'll catch you later, mate. I'll be back on tomorrow. It does look like, though, when this pings out, it's going to ping. But just where is it going to ping? So I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm on all week this week. If you get into our Discord, I'll let people know when I'm on or if I'm running late. Well, I was meant to run late this morning, or I thought I would have. So jump to our Discord via the link tree button at the bottom, and I'll notify you when I'm on or off, if you like. But yeah, normally we trade weekdays between, well, 8 o'clock we normally go live, UK time. And you can see from the stats we're absolutely smashing it. What have I got to do today? What do I need to do? Okay, that's one of them. If this hour doesn't close out anywhere, guys, I'm going to call it, because you're going to have to wait for an hour break either way. And it means you'll be waiting for another hour to break out. And then you would need a top wick, which might take another 30 minutes. And then you might not get activated, or you might.
So you're just gonna waste the rest of the day really. Just don't worry about it. You just come back the next day. You know you don't need many trades in a week. I mean, there was a week where we took 2 trades and we were still profitable, as in nicely profitable. Was it the 8th? The 8th we took, yeah, the 8th there. So we took $1,000 on the 8th. We actually, no, we didn't. That was the week we took 2 trades. But because of the delay, you all caught 30 odd pips. I got stopped at break even. And then the other one, it's where we grabbed 28 pips and we made $1,000, over $1,000. So 2 trades in that week, still really nice income. So you don't need to trade every day. So don't force yourself to find a trade, right? You don't need to. 2 jobs, 5 left. And the main reason for need of 2 jobs to survive is rent and mortgage cut massively, massively. So the issue you've got is the rich basically. All the rates have obviously gone up with mortgages, like doubled. I've got a friend who owns about 5 properties and he rents them out. He's nearly going bankrupt because all of his mortgages, so the rent covers the mortgages, but all of his rents have nearly doubled and he can't put the rent up. Can't put the rent up anymore. People physically can't afford it. So he's having to outlay the costs on all these and he's massively, massively struggling. So what does that then mean? That then means he's going to have to sell them. So, and who's the only people who can buy at the minute? The rich. So the rich are buying up all the properties for their kids and so and things like that. And that's how you get that distribution of wealth from the poor or the middle class even to the rich. And that's exactly what's happening. So it's a really tough place in the UK at the minute. That's why the only way to do it is redistribute the wealth and tax the rich. How, I don't know, but we need to tax the rich more. But the thing is that that's why the rich are rich, because they don't pay tax. They buy assets. So we need to find a way where we can tax them, they can't avoid it. It's the only way that people are struggling. Because I don't believe in mortgages. I don't believe in TIC. I don't believe anything on TIC, credit cards, vehicle. I don't believe. The way I look at that, when you get TIC or loans or things like that, you're basically giving money to the rich. You're giving them more wealth. That's what you're doing. People need to stop getting credit cards, stop getting catalogues, stop getting, dare I say it, mortgages. We need to stop it all. And that's the only way you'll affect the rich. You know what else we need to do? Stop shopping in supermarkets. Start shopping local businesses. Instead of paying for a CEO to get his... Tesco made the biggest profits ever during a pandemic. How disgusting is that? During a pandemic. Like, people are struggling. And Tesco's profits are absolutely huge. I get it, people are shopping online and things like that. But prices going up. Why give the money to a CEO, or you could give it to Barbara who owns a local butcher's for dance classes for her daughter. Do you know what I mean? That's where in the UK the community is gone, because all the little businesses have been hammered with tax, VAT, I'm having a rant now, tax, VAT, things like that, where to have a business in the UK, it is fucking hard to become rich from a business in the UK. It's really hard if you start from nothing. Really hard, because the government don't want it. They don't want it. Yeah, they want everything to the rich. So they don't want the butchers to survive. They don't want the bakers to survive, because they want people to shop in Tesco, Asda, places like that. So it's just again, goes back to that one word, human beings' biggest downfall, greed. Greed. But yeah, that's me rant now. I'll calm down now, guys. It's normally fun on these streams, you know. It's normally fun. We do talk a bit conspiracy. I haven't been able to get the Discord on, so the members, or the Relentless members, they normally jump on the Discord and they can talk to me. But the issue I've got is I've moved into a new house. We haven't got full fibre here yet, and my internet currently can't handle it. So, but obviously that will come back once I get the full fibre. But and then we normally just talk football, conspiracies, anything really. Cheers, Sam. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think you've been on before, have you? Or have you? Actually, no. You have been on before, haven't you? What is this? How are we doing, man? This guy just made a phone call. Put these on mute. Yeah. Always tune in. Yeah, cheers, mate. My aim is to get a 6 month 100%. That's my aim. And then obviously once we hit that target, we're going to go for a year 100%. I actually don't know any trader who has done a year 100% win rate. But this is not like, and when I say 100%, this is not me taking 2 trades a month. Do you know what I mean? This is me trading every day, normal like I would. If the trades are, take it. If it's not, not. Like if we look at the logbook, let's zoom out. So in May we haven't took many trades. 2, 4, 6, 8 trades we've took in May so far. We've still got another 10 days, 8 days maybe. April we didn't take many. That's because I had 2 weeks out because I'd moved house. Okay, so we didn't take many in that. But if you look at March, you know, we took 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So not bad. Not bad. Bear in mind, you know, we only trade 5 days a week. Yeah. So not bad. February, roughly the same. January, roughly the same. December, we didn't take many at all in December. November, roughly the same. So yeah, roughly the same. We just do what we normally would, but 12 months in a row. That's what my aim is. That's my bigger long term goal. 6 months to start off with. We've had 100% November. We had 100% in January. March was a good month, to be fair. May we can leave 100%. We're doing really good. I do not know how in your country, but in mine there's a better bread in a little bakery shop than in Tesco. The same with meat, fruit, etc. But people still prefer to have. Do you know why that is though, Nella? The reason that is because we've become lazy and we have everything at the touch of a button now. So we like convenience and simplicity. That's what the human being likes. We get lazy, and if it's convenient, it's more convenient to go to Tesco where everything's there, and you just go up to the aisles and get everything. Then drive to the bakery to get your bread. Drive to the butcher's to get your meats. Drive to, I don't know, another shop to get whatever, other stuff. Do you know what I mean? We're lazy like that. But I have actually got an idea, a way around it, and I am looking to do it, a way around it. It's where it's going to help local businesses to thrive again. And it's going to be simplistic, convenient, stop people from going. I'm not going to say it on here, but it's an unreal idea, and I will do it. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, it's better quality, isn't it? You get better bread from the bakery, you get better meats from the butchers. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think one of our biggest downfalls as humans is social media. Social media can be fantastic if it's used in the correct way. Social media at the minute is just, I think that's why mental health is so bad. You know, people, the suicide rate is so high in the UK, it's massive. And I think a lot of it is due to social media, believe it or not. But also not just social media, obviously, with the way life is, because life just kicks you in the teeth. You could leave the house for a day and come back absolutely destroyed by other human beings. So yeah, just a life. The country's not very good. I've got 3 kids, man. I've got a disabled daughter as well. But if I didn't have the kids and didn't have Taylor, my disabled daughter, I would not be in this country. I'd be elsewhere. I would be elsewhere. But we have to make the most of what we live in, don't we? Got to make the most of what we've got. This hour's done absolutely nothing. Got 5 minutes left. It does look like we're coming down to 2412, but because the 4 is bullish, you just got to be cautious taking that to come down, because the 4 could flip to the upside at any point. What did you think to the fight? Are you into boxing with Usyk and Fury? Oh, the ones flip back up. Oh, we're pushing. So what we do have to avoid
Let's just fake out to the upside. I need a new chair. I've had loads of chairs, you know, like because my back's knackered. I've had loads of different chairs, and this one is a proper scruffy old chair. It's the only one that makes me fairly comfortable. But I've had loads of expensive chairs, what? Not like these gaming chairs and that. So is this one gonna close bullish? What are you doing? See, we've had breakouts here, but we just didn't go anywhere. If this 15 can break out, okay, and I can get a bottom wick, ruling out this bottom wick here, we'll get a buy stop on to come up. This would be our risk-free zone, 2420. Okay, but I'd take partial at 2422. And I suppose you could take partial there as well. Do you know what? I wouldn't. There's another area. You have to go risk-free 2418, but you'd need a close and a break of the lows. I just don't know whether that's going to happen. Because this could just be the 4, so the 4's done its bottom wick. Maybe this is just the bottom wick of the 4. So does that mean we're going to drive now? What would the 4 be like? Stops would only need to be the low of this 4. What would that be? 70 pips, that's not bad. See, the 3 is still bearish. The 2 closed respecting a minor. The 1 again closed respecting. It's tricky taking the buys up, really. That's what I'm saying. I'd need a break of the lows. So he's a 1. Oh my god, what are you doing? That 1 hasn't done anything. Can this pop up with no bottom wick? What are we on, 11 o'clock? Probably not happening here, guys. I'm going to call it, guys. There's no point staying on. We haven't had a breakout. I mean, he could still pop up. I mean, it's still valid, this trade at the moment. We're still valid. But you haven't done anything. You might not even move out until New York here. You're just going to be sat here watching price go up and down. That is like, look at that. That's just nothing we can do. Right, guys, I'm going to call it. Any questions before I go? If you are watching on YouTube, well, actually, the only people watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. It'll be much appreciated. If you're not in our Discord, jump into our free Discord just so you get notified of when I'm on, so you're not sat here waiting for me when I'm not on that day. Other than that, I'll be back on tomorrow, 8 o'clock London time. We go again. We'll see if we can catch up bits. We've had some nice trades this week anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference missing one day. Alright, guys, any questions before I go? No? Okay, lovely. Thanks for jumping on, guys. I'm much appreciated. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Catch you later.